Um, so what I thought I'd do is, because I just like talking, I guess. Mm. I figure like the tweets thing is good, isn't it, for certain things. Mainly insulting things that I think are just utterly insane, I guess. But like I don't think it's a good way of explaining my pictures. This morning when I was taking a shit, I thought, oh well, you know what, maybe I should stop explaining them because because if I don't explain them, it's going to be extremely fun for me to watch people try and use them or try and infer their own meaning to you know, fuck with me, send it back to me, sort of thing. But then I thought, actually, no, I could have a lot more fun explaining what I'm doing. So what I thought I'd just explain that this picture is now, it's really bad. Obviously, like I'm sketching, so if I was to try to make this into, I don't know, like if I was, I mean, I guess the point of it is like, you know, I don't need to. Well, it's a sketch, so it was in my mind, and I wanted to get it done before having to leave the house in 40 minutes because I just wanted it to be done before I leave, I guess. And what I thought that it's a really badly drawn picture. Actually, just want to say I'm completely disgusted with it. I'm utterly and completely, so much so that I've drawn it, you know, it's so bad. So what this is basically is it's Jimmy Savile on a 1970s-ish. I mean, my grandma had one of those TVs when I was a kid, so I don't know when they would have bought that TV, but I just I guess it's like a 70s-ish, maybe 80s TV with Jimmy Savile on it, smoking a cigar, smiling, and I made the lips a little bit more clowny than usual. It's really fucking bad, that picture. It looks disgusting, doesn't it? If you look at that picture of Savile, it's so bad. It's so bad seeing Savile on a TV like that, on a television. A guy that was going into children's hospices, going into mental health homes, raping children, whilst he was being given a medal by the monarchy, by Charles, by Charles's mum, being given the award, best friends with Charles. I should have drawn Andrew on there as well. I should have drawn Charles's brother, but I don't remember him ever being on any BBC shows. So what I then did was drew an old man in a Christmas cracker hat wearing a BBC t-shirt with a dog lead attached to the TV. Now what that's representing, an old man in a Christmas cracker crown wearing a BBC t-shirt in a cartoon body, well, what that's representing is Charles in a slave master hat. So I guess crackers explode, don't they? Almost like grenades, almost like a signal of war. Crackers is also something that I think it's a term that was originated from in the black US community, in the African American community, referring to people that crack a whip. I feel like the majority of jobs that we work, especially minimum wage jobs, are just a form of slavery. Even the majority of the jobs that we do are just forms of slavery. Now, I drew really, again, terribly drawn flag, English and Scottish flags on these crackers. They're shocking. It's so bad. I'm fucking disgusted with it. So I almost drew some of these crackers exploding like grenades. Now, you could see that as sort of like police officers that beat the shit out of children for no reason if you wanted to. You could see that as police officers that beat the shit out of me for no reason if you want to. But I covered these Christmas crackers, so Christmas crackers obviously like Jesus slave masters, I guess. Um, I drew the old man in the Christmas cracker paper hat in wearing a BBC t-shirt because what I wanted to indicate there was this is BBC through and through. It's led around on a leash by Charles, by the monarchy, who are led by the Church of England. The Church of England is in league with all the other religions. If you think that this is anti-England, this is also anti-Islam. This is also anti-Jewish. This is also anti-fucking Hindu. I don't give a fuck. This is also anti-Buddhist. This is anti all of them. This is anti every religion. So this is the old guy that runs the monarchy wearing a BBC t-shirt, leading the TV programs around on a lead. And behind that, I was with a load of, and obviously he got his hat from some exploding Christmas crackers. The crackers being painted with English and Scottish flags. Then I was always like, I always thought what Harry said, I think it was Harry or fucking, could have been Jiminy fucking Cricket for all I care. One of his kids, Harry, Edward, Jiminy, Will Glass, Phil Jordan, I don't fucking know. Um, what's the kid's name? What's the ginger one? Is it Harry? Whatever, the one that eloped to fucking, the one that disappeared to Canada. So like I always thought when one of the excerpts from his book was saying that once you've been in the military and you've killed a fair few like guys just walking around in flip-flops in the sandy desert that just trying to get on with their day, that what happens is you start to just see them as nothing more than chess pieces on a chessboard. And I thought that that's insane. That we allow these people who believe that the main war, the main threat to their country, because they don't see it as our country, they see it that they own this country. So I thought that these people who think that the main war is fought on home soil, they see us as chess pieces. That's how they see our life, as a fucking game. Disgusting. Again, I've drawn this so badly. It's such a terrible fucking drawing. It's such a terrible piece of artwork. So on each of those chess pieces that I did the board behind these people, I tried to indicate. So like I've done this before on the back of the Archbishop of Canterbury wearing a police helmet, obviously indicating just a dick with a bell end on his head. And I thought what I would do is put one of it's like the squares saying Speedo racket. Obviously, I've just made the S into a dollar sign. The dollar sign is derived from a Spanish peso by Mexico. So I thought when you take out that Spanish peso, all you have is a pedo racket. And I thought that that's some quite good back and forth, I guess. So why I followed it up with the racket. Also, obviously, what a racket indicates is just a criminal enterprise. So I thought, it's just a pedo criminal enterprise with a dollar with some Spanish pesos alongside it, because they seem to think that you either sink or you swim. I quit my gym membership last month. I don't really need to swim. And it doesn't really look like I'm sinking, so. But yeah, again, so that is Charles and his best friend, Jimmy Savile. That is Charles leading a old school 70s, 80s bit of glass that is used to program people, quite clearly smoking a cigar, with the television aerial as a lead, with Charles wearing a BBC t-shirt, um, wearing a paper crown that he got as a gift from some exploding crackers, being backed by a chessboard with each piece, with each bit of the board uh, being basically being littered with speedo rackets, pedo rackets. Well, I hope you enjoy that, and I hope you also know that like I'm so disgusted with it. It's so bad. It's come out the fucking pedo closet so badly. And hey, why don't you go and try and make that about me? Why don't you know full well that this is a picture of your king and his best friend and some fucking and a broken television screen that you use to program people with some broken exploding crackers and a paper hat and a speedo racket? Why don't you make that about me so that you can kill me? And I tell you what, everybody else can know that it's about the leader of your fucking religion, your fucking police service, your fucking military. So I'll kill hundreds of millions of you, and you can try and make out to those hundreds of millions of people that it's killing me.